What's up guys, thanks for tuning in. This week we're coming to you from Riana Campground on Abiquiu Lake in New Mexico. So Riana Campground is an Army Corps of Engineers campground located on Abiquiu Lake, which is about 2 hours north of Albuquerque. So we chose this location because it was kind of on our path, on our route that we were taking to head down to White Sands National Park. So that's kind of why we picked this spot. We love Army Corps of Engineers campgrounds, and this one, the pictures looked amazing. Looked like some really awesome pictures from here. Our plan was to try to do a little bit of fishing while we were here. Didn't quite work out.
Yeah, keyword, plan.
Yeah, there's really no easy water access from the campground. Well, there's no water access down to the lake from the campground. Why is that, Dylan?
Well, you're 150 feet above the water.
So from our site, we could see the lake. It looked beautiful. You walk down a little ways, and you realize you were on the edge of a cliff, and there is no way to get down there.
Yeah.
So you can go out of the park and go down to where the boat ramp is. The water level was really low, so you know, instead of spending the money to buy a 5-day New Mexico fishing license while we were there, we decided to hang on to that. We have another spot we're going to that we plan on doing some fishing at.
Yep.
So
a couple of stocked ponds.
yeah, so we saved our money on the 5-day fishing license, and we're going to use that when we get to a different spot.
Yeah.
But as far as views go, amazing.
So when you think about Army Corps campgrounds, you might not automatically think New Mexico, with there being a lot of desert. Thanks to our book that we use quite often, we were pleasantly surprised to find 2 Army Corps campgrounds in New Mexico. Unfortunately, one of them is on an Indian reservation and not currently open, but the other one was, and they have a loop for dry camping, and they have a loop for electric and water.
So we looked at the electric and water sites. There was none available, but they did have the dry camping sites available. So we decided, you know, we haven't had a dry camping spot for a while. So we have a new inverter. We upgraded our inverter to a different style inverter. We're gonna have a video coming out on that very shortly, but we wanted to have a chance to kind of use that and see how that was gonna work out. So we figured spending 3 days dry camping would be a great kind of a test run for it. Worked out fantastic.
Yep.
Couldn't have been happier with the way it turned out. And as far as the campground itself goes, the dry sites were awesome. It was kind of over by themselves in this loop, so the sites were huge.
Yeah.
Huge sites. The particular site we were in was a little tricky to get into because it had kind of a wood fence separating it from the site beside it. When we arrived, they had every other site blocked off with big barrels, so they were only booking every other site. So initially we didn't have anybody on either side of us, which was great. Then another bigger fifth wheel came in, another Reflection actually came in, and there wasn't a whole lot of sites that they could really finagle into, so they put them in the site beside us. But the sites are so huge that, I mean, it was a non-issue. I mean, you have so much room on these sites. They were awesome. And again, can't say enough about how beautiful that campground is overlooking the lake. It was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, so the regular rates for the dry camping spots are $12 and $16 for electric and water.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's BLM land, there's you know, land that you can go camp on for free, or you can spend 12 bucks and get into a campground like this.
Yes.
So it was definitely well worth it, you know, for us to spend the $12, even though it's dry camping. You know, there's really no amenities at the site, but for that $12, you are going to have access to the dump station. You're going to have access to fill up your water. So, you know, it's not like you're not getting anything at all for your $12.
Right.
So after getting set up, we took a ride down. You go out of the park, and you can go down to a different recreation area on the other side of the dam, and drove down that road. Takes you down to a dirt road where the river runs along there. There's a tremendous amount of pull-off spots there that you can fish. We saw a lot of people down there fishing. Beautiful little area down there where the river runs through it. And then another day we went down and did some geocaching. That's something that we enjoyed doing. We haven't done a whole lot of it, but probably the biggest downside of this campground, while we were there anyway, was the wind.
Yes.
It was incredibly windy. I mean, as we found out after doing a little bit of research.
So New Mexico, let's go in the windiest month of the year.
Yeah, we did not realize that that springtime was so windy, but you know, the wind was blowing. The wind was blowing steady, like 18 to 25 miles an hour, with gusts up near 40, and being on top of that bluff up there, as high as that campground was with no protection. That wind was cranking. It was really windy, but you know, we dealt with it. It was fine. We went to geocache, like I said, and man, I mean, that wind would almost blow you down up there. It was so incredibly windy. So
yeah, we had to take our hats off because it was so windy. We had to take our hats off.
Yeah. So we didn't spend a whole lot of time doing that. We just did the one geocache there.
But we did find it.
Yes, we did. We were successful. Yeah, it was mainly a spot, just a nice spot to stop off. We were able to get some work done. They have great signal up there, so
yes.
Our cell service was great up there. We were able to work, get some things done, and then get ready to head to our next spot. So we're gonna continue on down. We're headed down toward White Sands National Park.
Yes, that'll be fun.
Yep, excited to get down there and finally get a chance to see that. And then we're going to actually end up looping our way back up and probably end up going back up through Colorado here in the not so distant future. Alright, so that's going to wrap it up for this week. You know, just a short, quick video of this wonderful Army Corps. We love the Army Corps of Engineer parks. You know, I know we say that all the time, and we say that all the time because it's true. And, you know, they rarely disappoint. You know, I can't really think of one that we've been to, and we've been to a lot of them,
yes.
That really wasn't what we thought it was going to be. So it was awesome. Great spot. If you are ever looking for a spot a couple hours north of Albuquerque, Abiquiu Lake, Riana Campground is definitely a great spot.
Yes.
So we're going to throw a link down below to our Army Corps of Engineer book. You can find every single Army Corps of Engineer campground in the entire country in this book. There's no shortage of them, and you know, even in spots like New Mexico where you wouldn't typically think there would be an Army Corps of Engineer park, there is.
It's just such a wealth of good information. It'll let you know if it's got hookups or if it's got electric and water. It'll let you know how many sites, if you can make reservations, or if it's first come first serve. So it's just a lot of good information in one spot without having to Google everything.
Yep, absolutely. And we actually did a video just on this book. I'll go ahead and leave a link above to that video. It was kind of a more comprehensive video about how we use this book, what it covers, and how successful we've been since we've had it. It's really enabled us to find some awesome campgrounds for an inexpensive price. All right, we appreciate you guys watching, and we'll catch you guys down the road.